Good day. Thank you for joining me. My name is Dexter Skepple. I'm a proud member of the Office of Gun Violence Prevention under the leadership of Director Anthony Emmanuel. I want to come to you to remind you how important it is for you and I to join in the fight against gun violence. We have it prevailing in our community so much, and I want to go over some things to remind you what you already know. That every life has value, regardless of whatever we think of that particular person. Every life have value, and we need to value every person's life. As we go through this season, this session today, I want to remind you how important it is for you to think before you act. Because every person that's under the sound of my voice, we can participate in helping reducing gun violence in the United States Virgin Islands. You can be a part of it. And what you can do is you can remind your sons and your daughters how important it is for us not to react when something goes bad, not to pick up a gun and to shoot our fellow human being, our fellow Virgin Islanders, because there's so much pain that goes along when somebody dies. And I want to encourage you and urge you today, if you are a mother or a father and you know that your son is maybe participating in something that is illegal, maybe you can encourage them or find someone to encourage them to, of course, use another course of action. Do not pull that trigger. Think before you act. Every act of violence that we see in our community brings pain to a mother, bring pain to a father, bring pain to a family, amen. And you and I, we have to realize how important it is for us to value other people's lives. When there is a shooting in the U.S. Virgin Islands, it goes so long, it goes further than we can ever think. And I want to remind you today how important it is for you to think before you act. Every problem that we have, gun violence has a root. There is a root to every problem that we have. And one of the root is because we do not value our fellow person's life. Every loss that we have, it goes further, much further than you can even think. And I want you to participate, to remind your fellow brother, remind your fellow sister, remind them that gun violence is not the answer to our problem. And you and I, we can solve the problem. We can solve the problem together if we remind each other that violence, act of violence against one another is not the answer to the problem. We can talk it out. If you don't have a way to find what the answer is, we can talk it out. Maybe you can have somebody to intervene in that problem, but the answer is never ever to take up a gun and shoot your fellow man. On behalf of the Office of Gun Violence Prevention under the leadership of Anthony Emmanuel, we thank you, and remember, think before you act.